This video was made possible by Mizizi International, the official African diaspora clothing brand. Visit mizizishop.com for more information. In the dynamic landscape of African development, 2024 heralds a new era of transformation with a lineup of awe-inspiring megaprojects poised to redefine the continent's future. From cutting-edge infrastructure initiatives to sustainable energy endeavors, these projects collectively embody the spirit of progress and innovation, showcasing Africa's determination to carve a path towards economic prosperity and societal advancement. As diverse as the continent itself, these megaprojects stand as beacons of hope, promising not only to reshape skylines, but also to catalyze positive change, fostering connectivity, sustainability, and a brighter tomorrow for the entire African continent. With that said, here are 15 of the most impressive megaprojects in Africa that are poised to reshape the continent's future in 2024. Before we dive into our topic today, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channels and ringing the bell to be notified about all our exciting future videos. 15. NSGBC 225 kilowatt regional interconnection line, Senegal, the Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, and Guinea-Conakry. Weaving a 1,677-kilometer tapestry of electrical connectivity across West Africa, the recently commissioned NSGBC 225 kilowatt regional interconnection line stands as a beacon of regional cooperation and energy resilience. Born from the Gambia River Basin Development Project, this ambitious 225 kilowatt artery stretches across Senegal, the Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, and Guinea-Conakry, linking their national grids and paving the way for a brighter, more interconnected future. The project's driving force is collaboration. National utilities like Gambia's National Water and Electric Company, Guinea's Electricity of Guinea, Guinea-Bissau's Electricity and Water, and Senegal's Senelec have joined hands to create a framework for shared power. This network promises to bring Guinea-Conakry and Guinea-Bissau online soon, extending the energy exchange to a total of 14 countries in the region. But the story doesn't end with cables and substations. The project, also encompassing the construction of 15 electrical transformation stations, aims to strengthen energy security across the region. This means improved access to reliable electricity, reduced dependence on single fossil fuel sources, and enhanced climate resilience for millions of people. 14. Punta Europa Gas Mega Hub, Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea could be a major hotspot for liquefied natural gas within Africa following the recent agreement between the Equatorial Guinea government, Marathon Oil Corporation, and Chevron's Noble Energy (EG) to move ahead with the development of the Gas Mega Hub project, or G.E.R.D. This project aims to build an intra-African gas trade using existing infrastructure, and it is rapidly expanding. Following the success of the first phase, which connected the Chevron-operated Allen Field to the Punta Europa LNG terminal, the second phase, which will begin in January 2024, will process gas from the Marathon Oil-operated Alba Field. The third phase of the GMH aims to commercialize gas from the Asing Field, which has been in operation since 2011. But Equatorial Guinea isn't stopping there. A memorandum of understanding signed with Nigeria in early 2022 paves the way for a cross-border pipeline, tapping into untapped gas resources and potentially expediting the development of Nigerian fields like Oran 2. Additionally, a bilateral trade agreement with Cameroon opens doors to trans-border wet gas fields, solidifying the GMH's vision of becoming a central gas processing hub in the Gulf of Guinea. By strategically utilizing existing infrastructure and forging cross-border partnerships, Equatorial Guinea's Punta Europa Gas Mega Hub is not only boosting its own economy, but also fostering a more interconnected and gas-powered future for the continent. 13. The Lobito Corridor, Angola. The Lobito Corridor is a trans-regional infrastructure project that connects the Southern Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC, and northwestern Zambia to global trade markets via the port of Lobito in Angola. In addition to these three countries, the project has received support from the African Development Bank, the Africa Finance Corporation, the United States, and the European Union, with the goal of de-risking, mobilizing financing, and successfully implementing the initiative. The project aims to alleviate logistical and infrastructure challenges associated with the mining sector in southern Africa. Lobito Atlantic Railway recently allocated $455 million for the acquisition of 1,555 wagons and 35 locomotives in Angola, as well as workforce training as part of the concession. An additional $100 million will be invested in the DRC, and future investments in Zambia are still possible. The project is noteworthy because it has the potential to streamline exports and boost the economies of Angola, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and Zambia, as well as signaling growing Western interest in Africa's mineral reserves. 12. Konza Technological City, Kenya. Konza Technology City is a vision for a sustainable city 60 kilometers outside of Nairobi that aims to help Kenya achieve its Vision 2030 goals of pushing economic growth in the tech and communications sectors and becoming a middle-income country. Dubbed "Where Africa's Silicon Savannah Begins," the technological city is born from the desire to nurture Kenya's burgeoning tech scene and position the country as Africa's leading high-tech hub. The new tech hub in Kenya will be built 64 kilometers south of Nairobi, on the way to the port city of Mombasa, on 5,000 acres of land spanning 3 counties, namely Machakos, Makueni, and Kajiado, within a 10-kilometer buffer zone. It is estimated to cost 1.2 trillion Kenyan shillings, or approximately $14.5 billion, but only $800 million has been raised in funding so far. Konza Technological City will be made possible by 6 design teams led by H&R&A Advisors, Incorporated of New York City. According to the Konza City Information website, the project intends to attract industries such as business process outsourcing, software development, data centers, disaster recovery centers, call centers, and light assembly manufacturing. There are also plans to construct a university campus focused on research and technology, as well as hotels, residential areas, schools, hospitals, a science park, a convention center, and shopping malls. If it succeeds, Konza could become a model for future African cities, where technology and green living intertwine to drive prosperity. 11. Lagos-Kano Standard Gauge Railway, Nigeria. The Lagos-Kano Standard Gauge Railway is a 1,343-kilometer-long standard gauge railway in Nigeria that is currently under construction. Once completed, the railway will connect Lagos, a port city on the Atlantic Ocean, to Kano, near the border with Niger, via the national capital of Abuja. The railway replaces the Cape Gauge Western Line, which was built by the British between 1896 and 1927 and has a lower design capacity and is in poor condition. This titan of infrastructure is built in stages, each section unlocking new possibilities. The Abuja-Kaduna stretch, completed in 2016, whisks passengers past scenic vistas and into a future of efficient travel. Lagos to Ibadan, operational since June 2021, brings the port city's energy closer to the hinterland, pulsating with the promise of trade and prosperity. The final phase, bridging Ibadan to Kano, is due by 2025, completing the epic journey and knitting Nigeria closer together. But this behemoth comes with a hefty price tag, a cool $11.2 billion, a testament to the scale and audacity of the vision. China Exim Bank and the Nigerian government joined forces to shoulder this burden, while private investors lent their support to specific sections. The timeline reflects this complexity, with each stage a meticulously executed chapter in an ongoing saga. Yet the potential rewards are equally colossal. The Lagos-Kano Railway promises to be a catalyst for economic transformation. Imagine cargo flowing seamlessly from port to hinterland, factories humming with newfound efficiency, and passengers zipping between vibrant cities. Tourism flourishes, industries blossom, and a web of connections strengthen the nation's economic fabric. 10. Dangote Refinery, Nigeria. For decades, Nigeria, despite its vast oil reserves, has stumbled on the paradox of fuel shortages and crippled refineries. But a revolution is brewing amidst the plains of Lekki, Lagos. On the horizon, rising like a colossal testament to ambition, stands the Dangote refinery, Africa's behemoth of fuel production. Sprawling across 2,635 hectares, this titan dwarfs all competitors, boasting a colossal capacity to process 650,000 barrels of crude oil daily. In December 2023, it received its first lifeblood, and soon its engines will roar to life, unleashing a wave of change that has the potential to reverberate through both Nigeria and Africa. With each refined barrel, Nigeria steps closer to energy independence. Fuel shortages will become a relic of the past, replaced by a steady flow of gasoline, diesel, and other petroleum products. Power cuts, the bane of millions, will fade into the shadows, replaced by the hum of industry powered by a reliable fuel supply. The economic repercussions will be seismic. Factories operating at full capacity, transportation costs plummeting, and a surge in foreign investment drawn to a nation no longer crippled by energy insecurity. But the impact of the Dangote refinery transcends national borders. The $19 billion facility, which is said to be Africa's largest oil refinery and the world's largest single-train facility, has the potential to become a regional powerhouse, supplying refined products to neighboring countries, fostering intracontinental trade, and weaning the continent off its dependence on imported fuel. The domino effect could be transformative, igniting economies, bolstering regional energy security, and laying the groundwork for a more interconnected and prosperous Africa. 9. The new port terminal at Walvis Bay, Namibia. In 2019, Namibia inaugurated a Chinese-built port terminal that more than doubled the port's capacity for container units, slashing waiting times for ships and streamlining cargo handling. The 40-hectare platform, reclaimed from the sea at Walvis Bay, some 400 kilometers west of Windhoek, is a space larger than 50 football fields, or roughly twice the size of Monaco. It was built by the state-owned China Harbour Engineering Company with funds from the Namibian government and the African Development Bank, with the cost of installation hovering around $300 million. Its benefits are multifold. Namibia's trade volume is expected to surge, attracting foreign investment and stimulating local industries. Faster turnaround times for ships will make Walvis Bay a more attractive port, boosting revenue and creating new jobs in logistics and related sectors. This ripple effect is projected to enhance Namibia's competitiveness in the region, potentially making it a key trade hub for southern Africa by 2024. The expanded port will also act as a catalyst for infrastructure development, with improved roads and railways needed to handle the increased cargo flow. This, in turn, will unlock further economic potential and contribute to overall national growth. 8. High-speed rail system, Egypt. On 28 May 2022, Siemens Mobility and its consortium partners Orascom Construction and the Arab contractors signed a contract with the Egyptian Ministry of Transport of Egypt to create the country's high-speed rail system. The Egyptian high-speed rail network will be developed as a state-of-the-art integrated rail system with a high-speed, fully electrified main and freight rail line. The system will reduce the primary energy consumption while decreasing carbon emissions by 70% compared to car and bus transportation. The new railway network will also allow trains to operate at a maximum speed of 250 kilometers per hour and is a manifestation of Egypt's plans to invest in a reliable high-speed rail network to transform public transportation in the country. Spanning 2,000 kilometers and stitching together 60 cities, this $8.7 billion behemoth, entrusted to Siemens Mobility, is more than just tracks and trains. It's a promise of slashed travel times, Cairo to Alexandria in a breezy 45 minutes, and a logistical artery pumping life into tourism, trade, and regional development. Imagine Egypt's ancient wonders and bustling metropolises brought closer, spurring tourism and unlocking economic potential in hitherto isolated regions. But the impact transcends national borders. This north-south juggernaut, with potential extensions into neighboring countries, has the power to become a continental backbone, fostering regional integration and trade with its swift passenger and freight movement. 7. Google Equiano, Africa. Google Equiano, a groundbreaking subsea internet cable project, has emerged as a transformative force for connectivity in Africa. Conceived to address the burgeoning demand for high-speed internet, the 15,000-kilometer cable is designed to deliver high-speed broadband along Africa's west coast, beginning in Portugal and eventually ending in South Africa, with branches to Nigeria, Togo, the islands of Helena and Namibia. Its capacity, 144 terabits per second, is 20 times that of the previous cable serving the region and more than 5-fold internet speeds in some countries. The venture, estimated to cost around $1 billion, underscores Google's commitment to bridging the digital divide in Africa. Funded by Google and various partners, Equiano promises to significantly enhance internet speeds, potentially quintupling them in certain regions and simultaneously lowering data costs. With installation underway and completion anticipated by 2024, Equiano stands poised to revolutionize digital connectivity across the continent, fostering economic growth, innovation, and social development in its wake. 6. The Suez Canal expansion, Egypt. The Suez Canal, a vital maritime artery, experienced a remarkable $8 billion expansion in 2015, yielding substantial returns and revenue for Egypt. The ongoing commitment to enhancing its capabilities continues with an expansion project aimed at deepening and widening the southern segment of the canal. This expansion, estimated to cost around $2 billion, is a strategic response following the high-profile grounding of the Ever Given container ship in 2021, an incident that disrupted global trade for nearly a week. The southernmost 30 kilometers of the canal, where the Ever Given became grounded, is set to be widened 40 meters eastward and deepened to 72 feet from 66 feet, according to previously announced plans. This will improve ship navigation by 28% in this difficult part of the canal. The expansion, which was undertaken entirely by the Suez Canal Authority and its companies, was completed in July 2023 and is poised to transform global shipping in 2024. Indeed, this undertaking holds the promise of transforming Egypt into an even more crucial hub for international shipping, fostering economic growth and bolstering its geopolitical significance. Moreover, by facilitating smoother and more efficient navigation for vessels, the expanded Suez Canal is poised to positively impact trade across the continent, amplifying its role as a linchpin in global maritime routes and contributing to broader economic development in the region. 5. Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, Ethiopia. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, G.E.R.D., stands as one of Africa's most ambitious and contentious infrastructure projects, situated on the Blue Nile River near Ethiopia's border with Sudan. Priced at $5 billion, this colossal dam is designed to generate a staggering 6,000 megawatts of electricity annually, a feat that could potentially transform Ethiopia into Africa's leading hydroelectric exporter. Ethiopia has been forced to finance the G.E.R.D. with crowdsourcing through internal fundraising in the form of selling bonds and persuading employees to contribute a portion of their incomes. Also, of the total cost, $1 billion for turbines and electrical equipment was funded by the Exim Bank of China. The dam has been at the center of regional disputes, particularly with downstream nations like Egypt and Sudan, which fear its impact on water resources vital for agriculture and livelihoods. The negotiations around water usage and the filling of the dam have led to diplomatic tensions. Despite these controversies, once completed, the G.E.R.D. holds the promise of providing immense benefits to the region, including increased energy access for Ethiopia's growing population, a potential boost to regional electricity grids, and enhanced economic development through the export of surplus energy, fostering regional stability and progress. 4. New administrative capital, Egypt. The construction of Egypt's new administrative capital, located just 28 miles east of Cairo, represents a visionary undertaking aimed at addressing the challenges of urban congestion and fostering economic growth. Initiated in 2015 with an estimated cost of $58 billion, the project is positioned to serve as a centralized hub for government operations and the financial sector. With plans to accommodate 6.5 million people, the new city provides an attractive prospect for the overpopulated Cairo, encouraging urban decentralization. The introduction of modern infrastructure, including numerous skyscrapers and the ambitious claim of Africa's tallest building, signals a commitment to contemporary urban planning and architectural innovation. Beyond alleviating population pressure and enhancing the country's administrative efficiency, the new administrative capital holds the potential to spur economic development, attract international investment, and create job opportunities. Moreover, the project aspires to elevate Egypt's global standing, projecting an image of forward-thinking urban development and fostering a sustainable and prosperous future for the nation. 3. Internet balloons in Zanzibar, Tanzania. According to the World Bank, only about 20% of Tanzanians use the internet, which is low even for sub-Saharan Africa, where usage is hampered by limited internet coverage, high data costs, and low digital literacy. However, change could soon be written in the sky. UK company World Mobile is launching a hybrid network using aerostats, which are blimp-like tethered balloons that will provide near-blanket coverage across the islands. World Mobile said the project, the first since a successful $40 million raise, will deliver coverage and access to the digital economy for millions of people across Africa and is described as the first step in World Mobile's mission to help bring nearly 4 billion people online before 2030. In this innovative project, 2 solar-powered, helium-filled balloons are set to hover at an altitude of 300 meters above land, extending a broadcast range of approximately 70 kilometers each. Operating on 3G and 4G frequencies, these internet balloons are poised to provide a reliable and expansive network in Zanzibar. The benefits extend beyond the immediate advantages for the archipelago, as increased internet access holds the potential to catalyze socio-economic development in Tanzania and the broader African continent. By bridging digital divides and fostering connectivity in remote or underserved areas, such initiatives empower communities with access to information, education, and economic opportunities. 2. Kazungula Bridge, Zambia and Botswana. In August 2007, the governments of Zambia and Botswana announced a deal to construct the Kazungula Bridge to replace the existing ferry system, which was the only means of direct traffic between the two countries. The Japanese International Cooperation Agency and the African Development Bank funded the construction of this bridge, which cost $259.3 million. Construction of the bridge, which includes international border facilities in Zambia and Botswana, officially began in 2014 and was completed in May 2021 by the South Korean construction firm Daewoo E&C, but opening was delayed due to transport issues affected by the coronavirus pandemic. This 923-meter behemoth's impact extends far beyond a smooth commute. Think of trucks laden with goods hurtling across the bridge, slashing travel times from days to hours. This surge in efficiency isn't just about convenience, it's about unlocking economic potential. Imagine trade costs plummeting, regional markets flourishing, and new industries blossoming along the revitalized North-South corridor. By 2024, the ripple effects will be palpable. Tourism in surrounding areas like the Chobe National Park will boom, drawing visitors from across the continent and beyond. Local businesses will thrive on increased trade and investment, creating jobs and boosting livelihoods. But the Kazungula Bridge's significance transcends national borders. Picture it as a catalyst for regional integration, paving the way for a more unified Southern Africa. Imagine streamlined cross-border trade, knowledge sharing, and joint infrastructure projects. This interconnectedness not only fosters economic prosperity, but also strengthens regional security and cooperation. 1. Lekki Deep Sea Port, Nigeria. On the shores of Nigeria, where the Atlantic whispers promises of prosperity, a titan of steel and progress rises, the Lekki deep sea port. This colossal gateway, the deepest in the nation, isn't just a port. It's a catalyst for transformation, poised to reshape Nigeria's economic landscape and ripple outwards, leaving its mark on the continent. It is the largest seaport in Nigeria and one of the biggest in West Africa. It also has 3 terminals: the container terminal, the liquid terminal, and the dry bulk terminal. Built through a $1.5 billion handshake between China Harbor Engineering Company and Tolaram Group, the Lekki port dwarfs its Nigerian rivals, boasting the capacity to swallow and disgorge a staggering 4 million metric tons of dry goods annually. Imagine warehouses humming with activity, latent containers gliding through automated systems, and ships of gargantuan proportions docking with ease. This efficiency translates to swift transit times, slashed operational costs, and a windfall for Nigeria's trade. Analysts predict a revenue gusher of $361 billion in the next 15 years, enough to revitalize industries, attract foreign investment, and create a staggering 170,000 new jobs, a lifeline for a nation hungry for economic revival. But the Lekki port's impact soars beyond national borders and is poised to play a pivotal role in facilitating international trade and commerce, positioning Nigeria as a key player in the global maritime landscape. By bolstering logistical efficiency and serving as a hub for increased trade activities, this transformative project has the potential to elevate economic prosperity and infrastructure development, not only within Nigeria, but also on a continental scale. The port officially started commercial operations in April 2023 and is expected to be firing on all cylinders in 2024 and beyond. So, which of these mega projects do you think will revolutionize Africa the most in 2024? Let us know what you think in the comments section below, and as always, do subscribe to the New Africa channel for more informative future videos.